In this video, we are putting together the monster boxes. There are 4 different designs. There's a pumpkin, which I've already put together, a mummy, Frankenstein, and his bride. So we're going to start by starting the box. The pumpkin is super easy. There's no pieces to assemble. His face is cut out. So you just have to glue his panels onto the box. He does come with a black piece to put behind his face if you wanted to do the box in a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble the panels that are plain. So as you can see, this is pretty simple so far. I just put together these 2 pieces that make the box. I'm going to put the panels on. There is a slight border around the whole edge. And the file comes with a liner for inside the box, but I am not going to use that piece. So there is those pieces, and I'm just going to set this aside and assemble Frankenstein. There aren't a whole lot of pieces to these. They're very quick and simple. So I'm going to do all 3 of these in one video, and you can just fast forward if you're having problems putting together a monster to see how he goes together. And again, the box assembles the same way on each one. Then I'm going to just lay these pieces out to see where I want everything to go. Can't tell which way. Tiny pieces like this really helps to have these fine tip bottles, because you can just put on just the slightest amount of glue, just enough to make it stick. And then his bolts glue onto the back side. Just put a little bit of glue right on the very edge, Just make sure you don't hang it below the bottom edge, because that would be the bottom of your box, and if it hangs below, then it's not going to sit right. Now the Bride of Frankenstein is very similar. I'm going to put together her hair first. Her hair is designed to start in the corner and come down. So all you have to do is get that straight edge into the corner, and then her hair lays where it's supposed to be. Maybe if you have the right corner. There we go. And this glues up to the top edge of her face piece. On her hair, the top edge is straight, and there's a slight curve in the bottom edge of it. So the straight edge is what goes across the top. That's going to be too much glue. My paper is textured, so I'm looking to make sure I have that on the right side. I must admit, as I get older, it's harder to tell. That was backwards. Okay. So you see, these are pretty quick. Pieces are small. Be a good project to do with your children. It's easy enough for them to handle the assembly. Quick enough that you could do a lot of them. Crank them out pretty quick. And then her bolts also go in the same spot as Frankenstein's. So you want to take just a second and line these pieces up. Make sure you get the right piece to the right section. I am going to ink the edges of these with brown. Just to make this look old. Kids can even ink. My 10-year-old daughter loves to ink her pieces when she assembles them. So it is definitely something, if you show them how, that you can also do with your child. And these pieces also have a straight edge. Both of them have a straight edge. One's for the top, one goes to the bottom. Goes right there. Okay. This one must be the one. Goes right there. Okay. So even I have to figure out where they go. But they should line up exactly. So just take a second, fiddle it around, find where it goes. Oops. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. That one goes there. Okay. And then this one. Okay, now before you glue down the pieces for the mummy, you'll want to find where you want to put his eyes. I think I want them about like that. And then you can glue the mummy wrappings on. Okay, now let's finish assembling the box. Do not put glue behind the bolt or you will not be able to close your box. Then we're going to put on the bottom. I always like to use my fingers as guides right on the corner, which is why I had to flip it around because the bolts were in my way. And then put this down and rub your tabs down. Now you could use a number of different things for his handles, but that's really cute. Went together very quickly. And I have a pipe cleaner I'm going to use for his handle. You could use ribbon, you could use some twine, you could use just plain wire. And there is your Franken box. Thank you for joining me.